for me, I mean, the thing that really gets my blood flowing, the thing that lets me feel like I'm the only person in control, is the moment you watch the light go out in someone's eyes. Up until that moment, they have so much fight in them and they'll do anything to survive. And when you've shown them that they can't do anything to escape and that they might as well just surrender, and then they do, and they're gone. It doesn't ever last long enough. You know what I mean, Doc?
You still haven't answered my question, Mr. Tumblety.
I think that you can call me Nemo, Doc. You're the only person who really talks to me anymore anyway. It's nice to hear your own name every once in a while, you know?
All right, Nemo. But you have to answer my questions. I want to know what happened first. So, when did all of this begin?
Okay, I'll try. I guess the time that I noticed things starting to go downhill was when I made the first cut.
And when was that?
You always remember your first. His name was Jameson. Hugo Jameson. It's got a nice ring to it, right? No one says Hugo's name very much anymore. That's why I picked him.
So you had a plan?
People just don't get it.
What's that?
That they aren't really free.
You were just trying to free people?
That's right. But you can't just walk up to a person and tell them that they're a slave. They'll just laugh you out of the room and go back to paying the bills and showing up for work on time every day. Disgusting.
So, why did you select Mr. Jameson?
I met him at a bar. The poor guy was really down on his luck. He was working and he had a lot of nice things, but he just couldn't seem to get out of debt no matter how hard he tried. I had to get him pretty drunk to find all that out. Turns out he's been keeping a lot of secrets.
I appreciate knowing how you found Mr. Jameson, but a lot of people are in his position. Why was he so special?
No one cared about the guy. His so-called friends just used him, which left him further behind, and none of his family really paid him much attention.
So, you chose him because no one would miss him.
Yeah, and I was right. I'm pretty sure until I told the police where to find him that no one even tried looking for him.
All right. So, tell me what happened with Mr. Jameson.
Everything?
Understanding your first criminal act will help me to help you get better.
If you say so, but you're not going to vomit on me, are you? I only ask because I've told this story to 3 or 4 people now, and 75% of the time it's ended in some pretty lucky dodges on my part.
Please proceed, Mr. Nemo.
All right. Well, I'd been sitting at home and thinking about life and what I wanted to do with mine. I tried messing around online to see if I could find any inspiration, but nothing really interesting popped up, so I decided to head out to Inspiration Point.
I am familiar with the place. Not somewhere I would go myself.
It's a pretty run-down place, but I've met a few people there and usually have a good time. I opened the door, and the first thing that hit me was the music.
What do you have?
Give me a hangman's blood. What's with the music, Jimmy?
We got one of those internet jukeboxes. That guy over there on his 8th beer keeps playing this crap.
Must be some kind of nut.
We get all kinds in here.
Yeah, I guess. You want me to talk to him and see if I can get him to stop depressing the room?
You're my guest. Here, want to start a tab?
No, I'm not staying long. Here, keep the change.
Thanks.
Hey, this seat taken?
No, but you'll probably have a better time if you pick a different one.
You look like you could use the company.
Yeah, it's been a pretty rough couple of days.
Sure sounds like it.
What?
The music, it's dragging everyone down, man.
Oh, yeah, I guess it would. Sorry about that, I'll stop. If that's all you came for, I'd like to be left alone so I can drink some more.
Sure, I could go, but you sound like you could use someone to listen to your problems.
Well, I'm broke. My friends all think I'm a joke, and I don't have anyone to come home to at night. My family pretty much hates me, and every time I think that I might be able to start to get ahead of the game, something else happens. just makes things worse. Can't pay my bills, I hate my job, my life. In short, this is a mess.
It took me a lot longer to get all of that out of him, Doc, but that was all the stuff that made it plain to me that my new friend Hugo was a prisoner, and he didn't even know it. So I asked him if he wanted to join me for something a little heavier than drinking. That would help him forget all of his troubles, and he agreed and came home with me. Just toss your coat wherever and take a seat. I'll get us a couple of beers and that stuff I told you about.
Are you sure it's a good idea? I've never really done anything like this before.
Listen, you've had it rough and you deserve a little time away from your troubles. Just sit down and I'll take care of you.
I don't know what I'd do without you, Nemo.
That's all right, Hugo. Here, drink this, and I promise that when you wake up tomorrow, everything that you told me about will seem unimportant, and we'll get on with the business of making you free.
That was pretty good. I wonder if I could...
Yes, you can. The next morning, I went down to check on Hugo, and I found him still sleeping. You're sure you're ready for this?
You're doing fine, Nemo. Please continue.
What the hell?
Sorry to wake you so early, but I haven't really slept and I just couldn't wait any longer.
Who are you?
I guess I shouldn't be too surprised that you don't remember me, but we spent the whole night together. Go on, think back.
You were at the bar.
A bona fide genius right here in my midst.
What's going on?
You told me about all of the things that are burdening you, and I'm here to help you become free.
Look, whatever I said, it isn't that bad. I can handle it.
Enough. You're not handling it, Hugo. You're falling apart, and what's worse is that you know that you're not going to succeed, but you keep trying.
Listen, if you need money...
Save it, Hugo. You already told me that you don't have any. Can't you see that I want to help you? Don't you understand that money, your job, the thing that you call a life is just designed to make you a willing slave?
But there's nothing I can do about that. It's just how things are right now with the economy and stuff. I'm fine. Let's just untie me and I'll leave, and no one has to know that you tied me to a chair or anything.
No, Hugo, that's not how this is going to work.
Look, I'm begging you to let me go. After everything else, I can't just become a statistic.
From what you told me, there's little chance that you'll even be a statistic. No one cares about you, Hugo. You said so yourself. You're trapped in a life that you can do nothing to make better. Tell me that I'm wrong, and I'll let you go.
You're wrong.
You're lying. Listen. Let me show you. You just have to see that you're powerless to stop the terrible things that life has in store for you. Then, when you ask me for your freedom, I'll give it to you.
Did he ask for his freedom?
Who's telling the story here, Raph? You're messing up my narrative flow.
I'm sorry. Please, proceed.
I guess this is a good spot for an interlude anyway. You're a pretty wealthy guy, right, Dr. Alexander?
Yes, I am well off, but what does that have to do with anything?
Have you ever been poor?
No, but...
Then you've probably never really done a lot of butcher work.
No.
But I'm sure you've cooked up a few steaks.
Well, of course.
I was so sure that it would be like cutting into a fresh steak, but I was wrong. The first time you cut into a person, it's more like pushing a knife into a watermelon. A little tough at first, but once you get going, it's easier, and before you know it, you're all the way through.
I see.
I used the knife that I'd spent the night sharpening to take off 2 of Hugo's fingers. He screamed a lot at first, and I don't mind telling you that he didn't keep down any of his liquor from the night before. But he did calm down eventually, enough for me to talk to him again. So, this is what it's like, Hugo. No matter what you do, life is going to take things from you, and you'll not be able to get them back.
If you're gonna kill me, just do it already.
I'm not going to kill you. I'm going to set you free.
What's the difference?
You'll know. Your whole life has led you to this moment. You've already lost so much, but you'll have to lose more before you're ready, I guess. Taking off your fingers was a bit more difficult than I thought it would be, so I brought this to help. So that's it, Hugo. You have nothing left to allow you to serve as a slave.
I want to die.
No. That is not what this is about. You're not dying, you're escaping.
I want you to set me free.
What was that?
Oh.
No, you can't go yet. I need you, Hugo. Please, come on, not yet.
Nemo,
Yes, Hugo.
I want to be set free.
Oh, my friend, that is wonderful. I'm so happy for you. Here, you don't have to worry anymore. Shh. There you go. You rest now.
Nemo, that was very disturbing.
Look, I tried to warn you.
Nemo, I'm not the only psychiatrist that sees people here at the prison. Is there a specific reason why you chose me?
Everything that I've done so far has been so that I could meet you, and so that you can understand my work.
What do you mean?
Well, it's just... No. I promised myself that we would make it through this the right way.
What do you mean?
Look, I didn't want to tell you this yet, but I can see that if I don't, then you'll just jump ship, so here goes. I met this girl, and she's really nice. The trouble is, she can't really speak now that she doesn't have hands.
She uses sign language?
That's right. Hey, Doc, you speak sign language too, don't you?
Yes, my daughter was born deaf.
Should I start humming the Jeopardy song now, or have you got it?
You cannot seriously expect me to believe that you have my daughter somewhere. We just got a letter from her 2 days ago, and you've been in prison for months now.
Yeah, I asked a friend of mine to wait until after the trial to mail it. Shall I recite a few lines for you?
What do you want?
I want to help set your daughter free, but she can't ask me to help her anymore since I took her hands. And that doesn't really work for me, so I need you to ask for her.
I'll not do that.
According to the clock, this session is over, Doc. I'm sure that once we get to know each other, you'll come around. Don't worry, I've got someone looking after your Alexi. She'll be fine until we finish.
You tell me where she is this instant, or so help me,
Listen, Doc, if you end our relationship, I'll just have to have my friend stop caring for your daughter. She'll starve to death and probably die. If we get to talk, then maybe we can work something out. So, what do you say? Same time next week?
Inspiration Point is a production of Strobe Studios, written by Michael Helgens, and featuring the voices of Greg Kilberger, Michael Helgens, Steve Rimpici, and Scott Stroessel, and the music of Kevin MacLeod.